And good Sunday morning. Don't have the issues that we had last night when we went live. And again, I apologize about the squealing and having to fix that while we were live. But with change of fixing things like that are going to happen. But thank you. Sorry for the for that happening and appreciate the understanding. It is Sunday morning as we're waking up. 72 right now. Going to be another hot day. Heat indexes will be absolutely hot. Rain is in the forecast. And we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to weather this morning, from Fred to Grace, where it is, what's going on with all of that, and the rain. We'll get to all of that this morning here. As we begin this morning, these are always so sad, and I just posted this just a moment ago as we pull this up from Pelham, Alabama. End of watch yesterday for a police officer, Juan Gomez, who was 39 years old. And it was COVID that took his life. He passed away yesterday. So condolences to his family. We're starting to see more and more of that. We had a deputy here in Mississippi. When was this? This weekend that passed away. Just horrifying that this just keeps happening. And I think everybody is seeing more and more people that this time affected than that first time. I've heard of a lot more deaths of people that I know. And I'm sure you have. And we mentioned this gentleman yesterday. This was a Mississippi officer from George County, Bobby Daffin. He also died from COVID. So it's just been a string of this. I saw in the news a minute ago where 4 school teachers passed away from it. And another, I think it was in Florida, 4 of them died before school started. And I think we've had a couple here locally as well. So a lot of prayers are needed as we go into this unknown thing that's going on across America and all over the world. And I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of it. With each time we see a new strand, something new come at us from another country. I think it's time to close the borders and take care of our people. That's my thoughts there. Also, don't forget, with the rain yesterday afternoon, kind of halted everything, and Why Not Motorsports Park had to shut down the racing. That will kick back off this afternoon at 1 o'clock. They got into it 26 laps yesterday. Racing action continues today. So if you're a big race fan, why not? They'll be back in action this afternoon to finish up the races there. Good luck to all of that, and pray for all the drivers as they hit that. A paratrooper has been found dead at Fort Bragg. And this is starting to be, we've seen several deaths come out of there. A 29-year-old paratrooper, as we go to Fox News this morning. An investigation is underway. He leaves behind a wife and child, and that is the soldier. They have not released anything about how it happened, but that's in the news this morning. Another hot topic, God, that is going on this morning, the Taliban. They have just about taken over as we go to Daily Mail and see that. They enter Kabul. As you scroll down, the next is our diplomats fleeing from the embassy. We've deployed a lot of soldiers to get them out. I don't know which. I am not a foreign policy person. I don't keep up with it as closely as I should. But that's a mess, and I think we all know that. So let's hope all our folks get out safely. As you're waking up this morning, let's start out talking about these tropical storms that we have. It is definitely been a heap. We got 2 of them coming this way. And as of this morning, Fred has turned back into a tropical storm from a tropical depression yesterday afternoon, sitting right now at wind speed of 40 miles an hour, moving northwest at 8 miles an hour. Fred has been a very slow storm as we follow this. All right, let me get everything lined up here. Let's start out with all that we know about Fred, and then we'll switch to Grace, and then we'll go back to our regular forecast. This is concerning. We all need to know about it. As we pull up our maps from the National Hurricane Center this morning, Fred is located here in the Gulf. Grace is not far behind and is following the same path, and we'll look at her path here in just a moment. All right, let's follow this. This is the path. Fred has taken an easterly turn at the last minute to where it kept moving west. Well, it's taken all of that and is headed toward the Pensacola area now. We'll zoom in on the map here in a minute and show you exactly where Fred's path is, to where it was west of Mobile at one point last night. He's moved east, so he's headed toward the Pensacola area there. Meridian will be on the outskirts of it now. It's right on the Alabama line there. We'll look at that on the map as well. This is the winds when we will start feeling the winds from this. Monday around 8 p.m. in our area, all through here in central Alabama, through Livingston and these areas over to Demopolis. Monday about 8 p.m. in the afternoon, you'll start feeling a little breeze coming in from this, from the Gulf. So prepared on that. This is the winds that will be affected across Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia there. As it takes its full frontal right into there, we'll be on the outskirts of this, and we'll see somewhere between 5 to 10 miles an hour. We're not near as bad as what we were going to see since Fred shifted. We'll watch it closely, but that's the path at this point of the hurricane force winds. We're on the light side of this, the west side of it, 5 to 10, probably less than 10, most likely, if it stays on its current path. Now, as we look at the flash flooding from Fred, most of this is going to be right here in Florida, and then through Montgomery and these areas here. The Meridian area, Livingston, and these areas will not see the rain that everybody's going to see on the east side, as we preached about that. So a bit of good news for us on this. Now, as we look at Grace path, and again, we'll look at this on radar where it's more visible and not just a little map here. But this is Grace's path this morning, where she's sitting at 8 a.m. this morning, or 7 a.m., and it comes across and will be in mid-Gulf and does have that look of turning toward Alabama, about the same place. We'll look at it here in just a moment. As we start to see Wednesday at 8 p.m. in the Gulf, we'll start seeing the first winds of this out here and ahead of the storm. As we move forward, these are the hurricane force winds, and again, we're just in that 5 to 10 at this point, as it looks as though it could be the same exact path that is coming up from Fred. This is way off. This is counting on Friday right here. So we're days away from that, almost 5.5 days before that actually happens. So now let's go to radar and take a closer look at what Fred and Grace have to say. As I said just a moment ago, 40-mile-an-hour winds at this point. All right, let's pull up radar where you can see what I'm looking at here. This is Fred's path. This will go on up toward Chattanooga, and Nashville will be on the western side of this. All right, let's zoom in. This is going to be Monday afternoon before landfall, right there. And then Tuesday at 1 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning is when Fred will come ashore. At this point, predicted to be 52 miles an hour. Gust will be 63 miles an hour, and this will be right around 1 a.m. in the morning as Fred comes ashore. Now, let's close this where you can see as it comes in on the Gulf. Here's Pensacola Bay. This is Santa Rosa Sound, and here's Gulf Breeze, and it looks as right there is where he is coming ashore. I keep wanting to call her a she, but he's a he, isn't he? And this will move right on up through here. Here is Pensacola on the west side, but Pensacola is going to be, that's so close, that's where the eye is coming ashore, and this is going to be Milton right there. As this comes right on up, this will take its path. Let's back this out where you can see. Here's Montgomery. All right, as you'll see out to the west, now this is where most of the rain will be on this side of the storm as it makes its way inland. There will be some rain here on the west side, but nothing like that's over here. As we zoom in here to where we had seen this area all through here and all the way up the eastern side of Mississippi in the cone is now out of it. And we barely, as we turn this on, start to show that any of Lauderdale County will be in this. Why Not Motorsports Park will be included in this right on the line right there as it comes across. It will go due north, just east of Toomsuba through Lauderdale County and east of the Ralph Morgan Rodeo. You'll go across the railroad tracks, and when you get on that Cuba Road there, about a mile down the road is where that line will be. We go north, and it will follow a line east of Highway 45 as we come up through here. Here's the Chicken Shack. It will be over by Jack Webb's store is where that line is through Kemper County. And then it starts moving back to the east there across Baca Valley, taking in Giles, Bennsville, and then we'll move out of the state, out of Noxubee County, back into Alabama, taking in Pickensville, and those areas there is what we're looking at. So nothing serious for our immediate area of what we're looking at on Fred's path. We will get a little rain, nothing horrifying whatsoever out of this. But expect a little bit rain, a breeze or two in the air is what we're thinking. Now, as we've looked at Fred, let's go down now and take a look at Grace. This is Grace where she'll end up being here, and that's on Friday, right there, that tip. Let's go down and look what she's doing here. This is This is Grace this morning as we zoom in on this. And Grace right now is traveling almost like Fred at 40 miles an hour. She is moving faster than Fred. She's moving west-northwest at 16 miles an hour. As we look at this, and this is going to cross right over Haiti here in the next little bit. As it crosses Haiti, we look at this, wind speeds are going to remain at 40. It comes right up through Cuba and then out into the Gulf, as we'll see this. This right here will be on Thursday at 1 a.m. in the morning, and then as she makes her way to the Gulf there, this will be Friday at 1 a.m. in the morning as she is into the Gulf there. As we look at this, you know, this can go any way, but it is right about that same path as where we've got Fred right here. This is the tip of where she will be. That's coming up this Friday at 1 a.m. Now, where she goes from there, that's to be determined. The National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center will be tracking this. More will come out of this. And let's turn this off here, and we'll look at our spaghetti models of what is predicted as what we've got here. As we look here, this pretty much the same path. It could go out to the west toward Texas, but most likely has got its sights set right back up here toward Pensacola area. So it could be very well a double punch over the next week for the Pensacola area. Again, early, these paths twist and change by a few miles each day, each time a new report comes out. And again, this morning, we've got Fred going easterly. So we'll watch that. We're going to keep on reporting this. But look for Fred to come ashore Tuesday morning about 1 a.m. We're looking anywhere from Mobile, Alabama to Pensacola. And now we're looking at Pensacola is where we are on that. So more to come on that. Stay tuned. Check back with me often. I'll keep updates, and I'm going to post all of this with the pictures here in just a moment so you can study them. It's one thing to watch it live, but where you can look at the picture and stare at it, I'll have that up here in just a few moments. So let's go back and get back into our forecast of what all we have going on today. All right, let's go back up our record highs and record lows on today. As we look at that, we pulled this up. We were in 1981 sitting at 103 degrees on this day for a high. Our coolest date ever recorded on this was 2004. We woke up with a cool 51 degrees. Chilly comparison. Now, this is what is expected today. 91 degrees is what we're expecting with rain. If you'll look at this all the way up through Louisville to Eupora, taking in Columbus is going to be heavier rain down to Laurel, Hattiesburg, over to Jackson, and due south down to Brookhaven, where they've got the big Walmart distribution center. All of that area there. Expect rain. As we move over to the Alabama line, Tuscaloosa to Demopolis to Gadsden is the line that is expected to have the rain like it is in Meridian. Lighter rain as you move through Selma and Montgomery off to the east there. But if you join the Mississippi side here and live on the edge of Alabama, it could be very well a wet one for y'all as well today. All right, as we go down and let's move into temperatures of what's going on. We pull up this map. As NOAA points out, still above average for the Meridian area, and now South Alabama is hotter. As we look at this, the Meridian area is looking at about 33%. As you go down to Wayne County, it jumps up to between a 40% to 50% higher average than we normally are this time of year. As we get in over here to the East Coast, extremely warm for them. Now, we pull up our 7-day forecast, and here's where we are and what we expect. As I said, 80% chance of rain today. This will most likely happen in the afternoon hours of today. We had rain chances, could come this morning, but the majority of it will roll into the afternoon. Our heat index, although we've got this high today sitting at 90, the heat index will be 10 degrees warmer, sitting at about 100. Now, how much rain can we get today? Between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch is possible today. As we roll into tonight, the same is predicted, so we could get between 1 inch and 1.5 inches in the next 24 hours there in between today and tomorrow morning. As we look at tonight, a 60% chance of showers is what we'll have mainly before 7 o'clock tonight. So that's the timeline mainly that we're pushing there as we get down for that low tonight, right around 70. As we roll into tomorrow, back to work, we will go a 60% chance of rain, decreasing a little bit from today. After 1 o'clock in the afternoon, our high will reach 87 tomorrow. As we get into tomorrow night, just a slight chance of rain, low around 70. As we go back to Tuesday, 60%. And by Thursday, as we follow this, we pick up a little bit more Thursday afternoon. And on into the weekend, 60% chance of rain. So the odds are it's going to be a wet one before the week is out. We're still holding steady at right around 90 degrees throughout the week. As we jump into August the 29th, we're still holding steady with that temperature right at 90. Nighttime lows will be 69, 70 for the most part toward the end of the month. We don't lack much on that. We are exactly, August the 15th at that halfway point into August. So, boy, oh boy. Again, today, let me stress how hot it's going to be. 100 with the heat index, 90 on the thermometer side, but nonetheless, it's warm. So a few thoughts as we begin today of what the weather is going to be like. Plan your day. Again, most likely it will be into the afternoon. Let me do this, and let's turn this off so we can go back and check for rain in all the areas there. Let me turn off the tropical so we won't block the screen here. Let's look at what we've got in the state of Mississippi. Let me hit a button here and then go back over. All right, let's pull this up here as we go over here to radar now. As we look at northern Mississippi is where we're showing most of the rain this morning. As you get up here around Tupelo to the northwest of there, we've got showers right around South Haven. And then as you go into the Memphis area, east of there, Germantown, Collierville, great place if you've ever been there. As we look out to our west there, Pine Bluff and Arkansas getting some showers. Nothing major, though, as we look at this. We have to go back northeast of Plano, Texas to pick up heavier rain this morning. Now, let's zoom in Lauderdale County, then in Noxubee County. There's a small shower occurring right now. If you're here out on Highway 19, this is going to be right up by the Pig. A drizzle came across there. Northwest of West Lauderdale High School, out in Martin, we got a sprinkle or two occurring this morning here as you zoom in on this and take a look. Martin Moore Road, some light showers there. Center Hill Martin Road, Newton County Martin Road, a shower or two. And then up on Nutt Road, right there at the county line. And then as you go into Kemper County there, Pruitt Hand Road, a shower or two there as we look at that. Nothing major, but just a sprinkle or two as we get this morning started there. I thought I'd share that with you. And also up here in Macon, northwest or due west of Kentucky Fried Chicken, some showers there as we look at this right over in this area right here, and that's going to be considered still Macon where that is. But west Kentucky Fried there as we look at that old 45, Beasley Road, Bugs Ferry Road out in this area here. So if you're in that area, you're also getting a slight sprinkle this morning. Sort of an overview of what we've got with the weather today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for dropping by. A few folks came in to watch us this morning, and we say thank you to each and every one of y'all for joining us. Miss Donna Roseman, how are you today? Tommy Ainsworth is up. Miss Gail Gafford, Dorothea Harrison, morning to you. Also, Joyce Stamper is with us. Donna Hawkins, Sylvia Stewart, along with Justin Cheney. Good morning to you. LaWanda Grantham, also Debbie Stewart, along with Pat Banks. Denise Covington, Blessing Stahl. We all need those blessings, don't we? Robin Morris is here along with Joy Seal. Mornings and many prayers. We need those as well. J.T. Rigdon is there. Beth Vick along with Madison Alexander. How are you? Jamie Burt, Ruth Key, also Steve and Wanda McKinnon along with Terry Ray. And let's see here. Joy Robinson, also Nancy Duvall. How are you today? Also Valley Maloney and also Rachel Garrison is joining us, and Dana Cockrell. I wanted to remind you of this. We've got a lot of things going on. Coming up at Blackwater, don't forget Lefty Frizzell's brother Alan is going to be performing tonight. If you can make it up to the show, it will kick off tonight at 6 p.m. It's just a love offering. He's a great singer, but that will begin tonight in Blackwater at the Baptist Church. That's just a few miles outside of Meridian. Highway 39, after it turns to 2-lane, it'll be up there on the right-hand side of the road. Beautiful church. You can't miss it. Enjoy yourself with some great music. This is, I guess it was 2 years ago that Dennis was telling me he was there, about 2 years ago, before the pandemic, and he's coming back tonight to sing again. Blackwater, if you can make it up, you'll enjoy the show. I hope you can make it to church somewhere this morning. If you're in that point where you don't feel comfortable, there's a lot of folks that will have their services online that you can watch as well. Be safe. Thank y'all very much. Should we have any more outbreaks, we'll continue to cover that. We did have, and I'll address this before we close, we did have one shooting in the Meridian area yesterday. That was on 16th Avenue. I posted that. I haven't had anything that was reported as of yet in the overnight hours as we're waking up, but we had a gunshot victim that was shot. He was shot in the leg. He went to the hospital. I think he's been released, but it's kind of how it turned out. And he did not turn in whoever was after him. He's wounded, so we wish the gentleman good luck there. Hope he recovers quickly. And of course, there's crime everywhere. Just be very careful, no matter where you go. There was a lot of talk this weekend of it being a very, very dangerous weekend. So far, not as bad as it could be. Let's keep our fingers crossed it remains that way in our little town that we all love and cherish, and continue those prayers. It seemed to have helped. Let's keep it that way. Just always, wherever you go, as we showed that video last week of the girl from Mobile, Alabama, people will target you, and if you're on your phone, not paying attention, got your mind somewhere else, they can sneak up on you and cause damage. Just always know what's around you. But that's all that we've seen this weekend so far. Again, if we have some more, we'll report it to you. And again, thank y'all for dropping by. As always, we'll give you the latest of what's going on with the weather, headline news from the area as far as nationwide as well. I'll see you soon. Thank you for coming by as we begin our Sunday morning here in the Deep South. Thank y'all very much. Talk to you soon.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by